welcome to Lilybug's Library, or welcome back. My name's Linda, and today we're going to talk about a few books that I have just finished. So they weren't on the May TBR, they were ones I was finishing up from April, so we'll go through those. The first one was the first in the Dr. Kate Vet series. So it's a cozy mystery series about Dr. Kate, who's a vet. I can't really remember what state she's in. Not sure if they say, I'm sure they say, but I can't remember. But this one's called Saddled with Murder. And so basically, she is having a Christmas party at the veterinary hospital. And so, in the midst of all this, somebody shouts out something about what her wishes are for Christmas or something. It's near the Christmas season. And I think it's her assistant, Mary, is taping it. And anyway, they're just joking around. And she says, like, she wishes she could wish away some of her clients who are giving her a hard time. And they name two or three names. And anyway, Mary puts it on YouTube or the internet. And it's that was a really bad idea on her part. I don't know what she was thinking, but anyway, the next thing you know, these people start dying. And so it's the whole thing is going viral on YouTube, and things are happening. And the doctor is kind of beside herself, like she's upset, she's ashamed, she didn't want all of this to happen. And she doesn't know if it has anything to do with her wish, but it certainly seems that way, or somebody's using that to do what they want to do. So anyway, it's her trying to find out who is killing these people, whether there was like three different ones, were they all an accident? Well, one for sure wasn't, but were they the other two accidents, or were they also part of this wish? So anyway, it was good. Do I think it was as good as one of her later books? No, not really. I think she got better with time. This one I found, although it was good, and I didn't guess the killer, and it was there was a lot to it, but at the same time, I found it dragged in parts. Just a little more. It just needed to be a little more succinct for me and kind of move it along a little faster. And definitely, I think she does that in the later books. So just an interesting, to me, it was interesting, kind of the evolution of how she was when she first started, and then how she is now as an author. So still good. I would give it 3.5 out of 5. So not bad. So the other two, I just loved. The first one is called Always Only You, and it was by Chloe Leese. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, and it's the second one of the Bergman brothers. And the reason I started with the second one, because it's the first one of Chloe Leese that I've read, but the reason I started with this one is because B on Mama Needs to Read Romance on her channel, she said that was her favorite, and I thought, okay, I'm going to start with that one. And oh my goodness, it was so good. I don't even know if I could tell you about this book without crying. So it starts out with Frankie, whose full name is Francesca, but she goes by Frankie, and Ren. So Ren is a hockey player, and Frankie is the social media person for the team. So she's around making sure they don't, do anything silly. So Chloe Leese is a very inclusive writer, so I really appreciate that. So Frankie has rheumatoid arthritis as well as autism, and so she has a cane that she calls the Elder Wand, which I'm totally stealing because I too have a cane, and it was like it just made me think, yeah, I need to name it. Like, but she's so sweet with it. Like, if something's going on and she wants to change things, sometimes she'll point the cane at someone and, like it is a wand, and say things, Harry Potter spells and things. And he quotes Shakespeare, and it just made the nerd in me very happy. And so when she begins to fall in love with Ren, she is scared because she feels like she has so many problems with flare-ups to her pain and with the way that she deals with people. And she doesn't feel like anyone will love her for long before they leave her because of the trouble that she is. Because that's, kind of the way that some people have acted, throughout her life. So I could really relate to that. I know how much Wonderful Husband loves me, but there are times when you feel really awful and you think about how much trouble that you are because of all of these different things. And being loved like that is everything. Yep. Okay. Get it together, Linda. And we're not going to cry on YouTube. And so then Frankie and Ren's love story is it's so real and amazing. And it's full of steamy moments. So if you don't like steam, this is not the book for you. But the tenderness and the empathy in the characters and how much that comes through, it's just incredible. And I just totally fell in love with it. I would give it 10 out of 5. Like it was just so wonderful. And to the point where I don't know if this author can live up to it with all the rest of the ones in the Bergman series, but really, really love this one. So the other one was called Crazy Little Thing, and it was an arc from Book Sirens. So thank you to them and to the author and publisher. And this one, in its own right, was amazing as well. So totally different sort of love story, but still just really touched your heart. So this one is about Axel, who is a rock star, and this girl, Kate, who's a librarian. So when they initially meet, he's just kind of starting his career, and she is on her way to finishing up school, and she's trying to get to catch her train. And they have security has blocked everything off around this venue where he was playing. And she's trying to get to her train, and these security guards won't let her through. So he sees what's happening. She has no idea who he is, so she just thinks he's another security guard. So he ends up taking her to catch her train, and so she's thrilled about that. But he is not. He just doesn't forget her. This was like years ago. He wrote these songs about her. He just like she really captured his heart. So, you fast forward in time, and he has went through a lot of struggles, with the people kind of running his career and albums, and it hasn't been a good year or two for him. Excuse me. And so he decides to go home to the place where he's happiest, and that's where his grandparents are. So his grandparents live at a retirement community. So he shows up to just kind of get his feet under him again. And what he doesn't know is that his grandfather, Don, he was ready to figure out a way to get Axel there in the first place because he belongs to this group of seniors called the Secret Seven. And what they try to do is get all of their grandchildren hooked up with someone, and, so that they can find love and they can be settled down. And so it was Don's turn, and he had chose Axel. And before he even had to come up with a reason for Axel to come home, Axel did. And so Axel meets Kate again and finds out that she's the librarian. And so he, finds ways to kind of get involved with her and to help her with things. And there's a lot, of back and forth between them. But she's not falling at his feet. She doesn't know who he is. And she's, had a rough time of it. She's had a lot of, really kind of miserable guys. And so she's just a little wary of letting him in. And then with his grandfather and grandmother, his grandmother has Alzheimer's. And so that was sweet and um, uh, it was tough to read. Like his grandfather is so good with her and so loving and wonderful, and like you can see where Axel gets it. And I've dealt with Alzheimer's in my own life, and it was bittersweet to read, and a little tough at times. But the whole story of not only Kate and Axel, but that whole little retirement community and the grandparents, and it was so sweet and cozy, and their love story was so amazing. And somewhere about chapter 23, I started sobbing, and I'm pretty sure I kept sobbing until the end of the book. So, it's kind of been my few days for that, but anyway, I really loved it. And it's definitely another 5-star read for me. So it was, totally different than the first one. Always only you, and so with Crazy Little Thing, just another type of love story, and much more uh, G-rated. There was not a lot of promised love and things, but not a lot of no steamy scenes or anything like that. So we kind of have one on either end, depending on what it is that you like. But I would highly recommend both of them. They were just over the moon for me. Like, I really like them. So that was my last few days of reading. Today is basically a Monday, sort of Tuesday. The weather's beautiful, which is nice, but I got up and of course it was, one little irritation after another, and they've changed my medication, which I think makes me even more irritable until everything kind of settles down. So it was nice to have nice sunny weather and something cheery I could put on. So hopefully the day starts to improve. So I hope everybody has a great day as well, and I hope that it's sunny wherever you are, and you get some time to get out and enjoy it. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.